What is up, YouTube? Lavina May here, and today we're here with another draft analysis for a league that actually I started, called the Swords of Justice Battling League, because we didn't have a name. It was originally just Lev's Battling League, whatever. Long story short, the website started going up, and there was some stuff with the Swords of Justice on it, like the visuals, so then we decided, you know what, let's just make it the Swords of Justice League. So we're going to be doing a draft analysis. I think our draft was pretty good overall. I mean, I like it a lot. We got a lot of stuff that I wanted. It was a GBA style draft. So that explains some of the stuff that I have, like why I picked Mega Gallade and why I got Lando, but we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, and I hope that you guys enjoy. So we're going to start with Mega Gallade. Its ability is not that good. Not going to lie. Its ability is kind of annoying, but we picked Mega Gallade because it is tier 2, which meant that we got more points for the rest of our picks. And it's actually not that bad. I mean, base 110 speed, 165 attack is crazy. Like, if that thing gets a Swords Dance up, that attack goes almost to 800. So that's insane. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do with this. I mean, it's already pretty bulky, especially defensively. So if you want to make it physically bulky, you can go bulk up and then give it some moves. I don't think we're going to be running it special anytime because special attack's only 65, but it gets a pretty good physical moveset. It gets close combat, and a bunch of other stuff we'll get to in a minute. Just before we get to that, I want to just point out that it does get Destiny Bond, which could be great because it's so fast. It can get a fast Destiny Bond off and take something down with it. So yeah, it gets close combat, Drain Punch, Earthquake, Encore is pretty good, Fire Punch, Ice Punch. Does it get all the punches or almost all the punches? Yeah, it gets all the elemental punches, which is really good. This thing is like really versatile because of the fact that it gets all the punches. It also gets Knock Off, which is great, Leaf Blade, which it basically has like every type, which is crazy. Get Reflect. Yeah, he gets both of the types of screens too, so if I wanted to, I could even just give him like Reflect and then hit. He gets Magic Coat, so I can use him as a lead, get Magic Coat off, Swords Dance, mess with some people. And he gets Memento, which basically lowers the target's attack and special attack. If I'm about to die, it kills me. That's why I'm saying if I'm about to die. Then it gets Pain Split. Does it get Iron Head? No, it doesn't get Iron Head, but it gets Poison Jab to cover its Fairy weakness. Let's see, Power Up Punch, Psycho Cut could be pretty good with that high critical hit ratio. It gets Rock Slide and Stone Edge for fire types. It gets Shadow Sneak for priority. It gets Power Up Punch, like I said. It gets Pain Split, which could be good if we're making it bulky. Let's see, Swords Dance, like I mentioned before, which is really good. It's got Taunt, Thunder Punch, as mentioned before, T-Wave. It gets Will-O-Wisp, actually, which I had no idea until I'm seeing that now, which is actually pretty good. It gets Wish, it gets Excess, it gets Zen Head, but this thing is just really versatile, and it can do a lot of stuff, and people are going to have to prep well for this thing, or it's going to sweep them. Dual Chop, I don't think I'm going to use that ever, but just in case we need to hit a Dragon type, and I don't know, and Ice Punch is like neutral or something. Probably not use that, but whatever, just something to see. Let's see, anything else? Let's look. Hypnosis, if I really need to like use that once, it shouldn't really be needed at any point, but just in case. Imprison could be kind of fun to run if I'm scared of somebody running a move that I also know I can really kind of cripple them with that. Let's see. Magic Room, again, just another fun thing to use just in case. Mean Look to stop them from switching out, so if you like led with something I could taunt. Mean Look or something, I don't know. I could figure out a way to use that. Let's see. He has Misty Terrain, which is pretty good. That's another way to stop Dragon types. I didn't even know he got that. That's pretty good, actually. Psych Up, which is great in a lot of situations to optimize target stat changes. Let's see. Anything else? Even though I would probably want to use Hypnosis because higher accuracy. Skill Swap, which could be good because that's going to actually give us an ability that's actually decent. Yeah. So once again, Trick Room. This thing is super versatile. Wonder Room also, I didn't see that before, and I see that. So yeah, this thing is super versatile and can do a ton of stuff. So I'm super excited to use it, and especially because of the fact that it was tier 2. So that gave us even more points to use for the rest of our picks. Next we got Lando I. Since this is a GBA style league, we decided not to ban Lando I. You know, Lando I's physical attack is actually 10 higher than special attack. But most of the time, because of sheer force, you're going to want to go special attack. So I'm probably going to go special attack most of the time. It can actually be defensively bulky, especially defensive. 101 speed can outspeed most of the things that people use. And once again, we probably are going to run this thing special because of the fact that it gets such good special moves. I mean, it gets Calm Mind to set up. I mean, it also gets Bulk Up, but whatever. Calm Mind to set up, Earth Power, Extra Sensory, Focus Blast, Hidden Powers, Sidekick, Rock Polish, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, can set up Rock, Sub, U-Turn for momentum, Swords Dance if I really want to run him physical, which I might do because once again his physical attack's actually higher than his special attack. Let's see, anything else that's interesting that might actually be able to do something. Ooh, Gravity could be fun, even though that also negates my ground immunities. It could let me hit everything with Earth Power instead. Imprison, once again, kind of fun to use. Iron Tail's pretty good if I need to face something that like my other moves can't kill, which I probably can kill it with like Earth Power, but just in case. Let's see. Not going to use it, but Punishment, actually, I didn't realize how that thing works, but that thing's actually decent. Yeah, and that's about it for this. Just this thing, I like him a lot because of the fact that he gets Sheer Force. And you know what, maybe 1 week I'll have to run Sand Force and make him physical or something, but for now we're going to probably run Sheer Force most of the time. Earth Power, that's a really strong Earth Power boosted by Sheer Force, Calm Mind. So he just has a really good special move set all around. Next we got Manaphy. This is one of my favorite Pokemon to use in leagues. It works really well for me. It has worked really well for me. So it's great just because it gets Tail Glow, to be completely honest. And it's so easy to get that Tail Glow off because its only 2 weaknesses are Grass and Electric. And usually if you're facing a Grass or Electric type, you can kind of either give it a berry so that it doesn't kill, or you can calc and make it so that it gets us to low enough health to get the, I forget the berry called, the Speed Berry boost, and we also can get our Tail Glow off. And then he has a pretty like versatile special move set. Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, Hidden Powers, Ice Beam, Psychic. He does get the screens, Scald, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Surf, and of course Tail Glow. And he actually gets U-Turn too if I don't want to run him Tail Glow 1 week, even though I'm probably going to run him Tail Glow most of the time. And we could also even just go complete bulky and make him so that we give it like max special defense, Acid Power, Tail Glow, Berry that boosts speed, and just wrecks people, or not even Berry that boosts here, just like leftovers or something. And that's just going to be super bulky because of the fact that it raises its defense by 2, which is crazy. Yeah, anything else that could be interesting? Endure, if I were to run that berry, might be good to run if I don't think that's going to kill me. And also Heart Swap could be good because this thing is bulky. It can be bulky. So I can actually use Heart Swap to get my opponent's stat changes, which could be good. And actually, no, I got Psych Up. Again, that's pretty good too. Skill Swap could be good if I'm not going to run Rain. So yeah, the Manaphy is just a really good sweeper in this. So that's why I kind of like it. And that brings us to our next Pokemon. Now, our next Pokemon was picked for a few reasons. But the main reason that it was picked is because it resists electric and grass and also water, which are some things that are super effective on Lando and Manaphy. Also, it's another one of these 100 all-around Pokemon that's very versatile and that's very good in leagues. And he got Calm Mind, Baton Pass, so I could even like Calm Mind with Celebi because it's bulkier than Lando, and Baton Pass into Lando. Dazzling Gleam, he also has a pretty versatile special moveset like Dazzling Gleam, Earth Power, Energy Ball, Giga Drain, Heal Bell, Healing Wish could be good. Leech Seed, Light Screen, Magico, Nasty Plot. Even actually Nasty Plot's probably even better to run, and then Baton Pass that. Perish Song. I could even run like Perish Song, Nasty Plot, Baton Pass, and like Recover or something, and just completely wreck my opponent and use Baton Pass in the turn when they have to switch out or die. Sidekick for that stab, Recover, Reflect, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam. He can also set up rocks. I didn't know that. He also gets some priority in Sucker Punch. He gets Swords Dance if I want to run. If I want to use something physical and Baton Pass it. Synthesis, Thunder Wave, Toxic, Trick, U-Turn. Like, this thing is very versatile all around, and this thing's great because of the fact that it's 100 base everything. So like, if I set it up right, I can Baton Pass some good stuff into my other Pokemon to sweep. Like, I can just like Nasty Plot pass into Lando, Swords Dance pass into Gallade, although that's probably not the switch I want because they have very similar weaknesses. But just like an example, yeah. So Celebi is actually going to be pretty good. I'm probably going to use it either as defensive or as a Baton Passer. But I don't know. Maybe I'll run physical a few times too because it is 100 base all around and special one other week. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll play it by ear depending on what we think will be good. Let's see. What other moves does he have? If he has anything, Psych Up. Once again, Psych Up Baton Pass could be fun. Skill Swap. Not horrible right there. That could be good because Natural Cure is pretty good, but like maybe they have something better. Trick Room. So I could even run like Trick Room one weekend because I have a lot of stuff that gets it, and kind of just like catch my opponent off guard because they're expecting me to go fast and stuff because of the Pokemon I have. And then one weekend I can run Trick Room and just wreck them that way. So yeah, I'm excited to use Celebi. I've never actually used Celebi ever in either leagues or just laddering, but yeah, it's pretty good. And I just realized, sorry guys, I forgot to close out of the tournaments room, so that's just gonna stay open this whole time. My bad. I'll try to remember to close that next video, but whatever. It's not a big deal. So let's move on. Chandelure. You know, Chandelure is interesting. Chandelure has insane special attack at 145. I think its special attack is equal to Lando's physical attack. Lando T's. So like, this thing's special attack is amazing. And it has 90 defense and 90 special defense. Although its HP makes it kind of frail. But he's good though, because like, I could run Scarf. I see that there's a move that hits everything. Or instead, because he has some pretty good special moves, I can run like Flame Charge, which is what I like about some of these fire types. It's something I just learned and I just started to like using on Heatran. So he can run Flame Charge, and then he can use everything instead of just one thing after being locked into Scarf. Obviously, you get some good stab in Flamethrower, Energy Ball, Dark Pulse. He has Memento too if I want to set up. Pain Split, I don't even know he got that. Psychic. Shadow Ball, more good stab, Taunt, Toxic Trick, Will-O-Wisp. So like, this thing is really good. I could even run it like specially defensive with Will-O-Wisp and run like, I don't know, run specially defensive with Will-O-Wisp and give it Calm Mind, and then we'll get our special defense up. Or even I could just run even just Pure Defense, whatever, we'll figure it out. Also gets Acid Armor, which is pretty good. I could even just run Pure Setup on this thing, go Calm Mind, Acid Armor, and then 2 attacking moves, which could catch somebody off guard. Yeah. And let's see, anything else that's good? Let's see. Imprison once again. If I like burst my end, they're gonna like Shadow Ball me or something, or Dark Pulse me. I can run Imprison and stop them from doing that. And that we are not going to use because that's going to help them. Psych Up once again. So much stuff to get Psych Up that I didn't notice. I've never actually used it, but it seems fun to use. And yeah, he also gets Trick Room. That's a surprise, actually. I did not think that he got Trick Room. But that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm excited to use this thing a lot. So with that, we'll move on to Empoleon. So Empoleon I drafted because I drafted Empoleon before drafting Manaphy. The real reason why I drafted Manaphy was because of the fact that it was still around when it came to my pick in like the 5th or 6th round. I was like, you know what, I'm really good at using Manaphy, so why not draft it? But Empoleon was drafted mainly to cover weaknesses because it resists Flying, Ice, Water, And yeah, and then what it doesn't resist, which is Ghost, we have Umbreon for, which you'll see in a minute. So our core is really Empoleon and Umbreon, which is actually pretty good. Weak a little bit to fighting, which is then why I drafted Celebi and Chandelure, but I have enough fighting resist for that not to be a big deal. Yeah, and also I like Empoleon because it's a defogger, so I can run defog on it if I need to clear some hazards, which is pretty good. And he's pretty good if you run him defensively. His special attack also isn't that bad. 111 base special attack is pretty good actually. So you can also run him physical. I mean, especially if offensive if you want. He hits Flash Cannon. His moveset isn't that diverse, but it does what it needs to do. You got Hydro Pump, Ice Beam. Roar is pretty good because he's bulky. It can switch somebody out. Scald, Signal Beam. He can set up rocks too. Toxic Stall. And yeah, he's just a pretty good bulky mon just in general. And that's really the main reason why I drafted it, because of how bulky it was. And maybe 1 week I'll run like Feather Dance to cripple some physical attackers. I don't know, we'll see. And anything else? Iron Defense I'll probably run instead actually, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. He gets Sing, that's weird. That's really weird. But he also gets Yawn, so that's better. We could run Yawn 1 week to catch somebody off guard, put something to sleep. And yeah, and then we can switch out something and set up, like switch into Manaphy and set up or something like that. So that's pretty good. Empoleon's pretty good in general. It's like a bulky mon. And now we're going to move on to the rest of our picks. We got Haxorus. I drafted Haxorus because Haxorus is a very, very, very strong dragon type. And Mold Breaker is a great ability to have because like it lets you hit EQs on all the Rotoms except for Rotom Fan. And it lets you hit some other stuff with EQ, like it lets you hit Electros super effectively, doesn't let people get sturdy, stuff like that. And also, he has Dragon Dance, and his attack is 147, which is crazy high. Like, that's higher than Lando T, I think, and Lando T is very high as well. His only problem is that his moveset isn't that diverse. I mean, it's not bad. Like, you got Aqua Tail, Brick Break, Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Facade, Kate, I don't know how to pronounce that. Low Kick, Night Slash, Outrage, Poison Jab. So, like, his moveset is not horrible. His real problem comes in the fact that since he's completely physical, if they burn you, you're screwed. So if you think that they're going to bring something to burn you, you either have to bring Taunt or bring Lumberry. Because if not, you're kind of screwed. And again, if we ran Trick Room one game, we could run Swords Dance on him instead. So let's see, what other stuff does he get? And also, you can also run Substitute. He has Counter, which is pretty cool. Catch somebody off guard with that. Endeavor, if we really want to. Not that I see any use in it, but just in case. Let's see. Anything else that's worth noting? Iron Tail, if we really need it, but we have Poison Jab, so we probably won't. Yeah, and that's about it. But Haxorus is just purely here to be a physical attacker because of how good it is at physically attacking. Yeah, and I'm actually curious, like, do I have? So yeah, I'm noticing with my team I have a little bit of a fairy weakness, but I think that it's not going to be a huge deal with Chandelure and Empoleon. But I do have a lot of stuff that fairy super around, but there aren't that many good fairy types that can stay alive long enough to kill them. So that's pretty good. Next we got Umbreon, which is our cleric as well as one of our defensive walls, and especially defensive. And the main reason why I drafted this was just because I needed defense, and it's a very good defender. And in a few seasons, I've failed to draft a good bulky dark type that can take a knockoff, which made my team super weak to knockoff. So I was super happy when I got this. And Umbreon's pretty good. It's a cleric, so it can Wish Pass, it can Heal Bell, do that type of thing. Where it can also Foul Play if I want to run Foul Play. It can Moonlight. Even though I don't know why I would run Moonlight if I'm running Wish, but whatever. It's usable, I guess. Wish, Toxic Stall, Taunt. So I think that overall this thing is pretty good. if I really wanted to, I could even curse 1 week if I was feeling that. Let's see. Anything else that's worth noting? Iron Tail, which could be good to hit some fairy types if I really want, but his attack is not very good, so I don't think I'm going to be running him offensive like ever. So let's see. Anything else? Sing. There's a lot of stuff against Sing that I didn't know. It's not that I would run it because it misses too often, but still. Yeah, he has Yawn too. Wow. Didn't know that either. So this thing is going to be a pretty good Pokemon for us to use because it just does some good work against like a lot of stuff, and it's a very bulky mon. It's with only 3 weaknesses with Bug, which don't have that many strong Bug types that were drafted if I remember correctly. Fairy, which again there just aren't that many great Fairy types in general, and Fighting. And if they bring a Fighting type, that's the only thing I would be worried about. But I have some stuff to stop that, like Celebi and Slurpuff. But yeah, so it should be fun to use Umbreon. Next we got Slurpuff. No, so Slurpuff is great because of Unburden. Unburden is one of the best abilities, and it's even better because Slurpuff gets Belly Drum. So you can just Belly Drum Citrus Berry and then just wreck, because you're double speed and you can start Drain Punching and stuff. Or you can go a different route and run Calm Mind if you need to run him special, because he actually has a pretty good special moveset too. And you can hit pretty hard with that as well. Although I personally like Belly Drum more, Calm Mind is also just as viable. Because I like Belly Drum more though, because he has Drain Punch and Fairy Stab and a Filler, which is pretty good. He also gets Heal Bell, which could be good if I just want to bring him in, Belly Drum, expect them to like Will-O-Wisp and then Heal Bell and screw them over. And also gets Magic Coat, which might even be better than Heal Bell to run, because if I run Heal Bell I have to waste a turn. But yeah, I just like this thing a lot. It also gets Light Screen. I'm assuming it gets Reflect, although I'm not really sure. Does it Reflect? No, it doesn't get Reflect, but it gets Light Screen. And yeah, Substitute also is a viable set if you want to maybe just sub and get down to certain health and do that. Yeah. Now let's see, anything else worth looking at? Endeavor maybe. Gastro Acid could be fun. Psych Up, always fun to use that. And Yawn could be good too if I really need it. But yeah, Slurpuff is really here because I needed a Fairy type. Because if not, I would have been pretty weak to Dragon types. But now Dragon types can't really do much to me because they would have to bring Dragon Claw to Outrage, which is great. Which allows for Haxorus to get more setup because it can take a hit. So Slurpuff was a great pick on my part, I think, because of when I got it and how much it actually does for my team. Next, we have Avalugg. And Avalugg I picked because of the fact that it gets Rapid Spin, and I needed a Rapid Spinner because I did not have one, and it was my last pick. And Avalugg was the best Rapid Spinner left. And not to mention, its defense and attack are on point. If you can see, his defense is 184 with 95 base HP, so this thing can take any physical hit. I don't care what you throw against it. And its attack is 117, so it can just avalanche back and hit pretty hard. Like, without any investments or anything, it's 270 attack, which is not bad at all. It gets Avalanche, Crunch, Earthquake, Gyro Ball, Iron Head, Rapid Spin, of course, like I mentioned. It also gets Recover, which is weird that this thing gets Recover, but it does, which is pretty good. Roar, if I want to get out a physical sweeper. Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Superpower, Toxic. Like, this thing is really good. And if I really wanted to be really mean, I could run Barrier or run Curse and just wreck. Which, I don't know, I might have to do that 1 week too. Also gets Mirror Coat, even though it's not going to make too much of a difference because of the fact that it can't really take a physical hit. It's kind of like a just in case type of thing, like if I run a berry to lower the damage, something like that, and give it like max special defense, which is probably should. It's not going to really help too much, but whatever. Just something to think about to play with, and it has sturdy, so I can pretty much guarantee that I get a hit off. And because of how good its defense is, if they're physical, I can guarantee I get a rapid spin off. And yeah, so that brings us to the last Pokemon, which is Electivire. And I don't think it's cool. Okay, so Electivire I picked that I needed an electric type, or I was going to be screwed. And Electivire was one of the ones that I was looking at because of how versatile it can actually be. Because of the fact that its attack and special attack are pretty good. Its attack is higher than special attack, but its special attack is 95, so like I could run a special build if I wanted 1 week and give it like Flamethrower, for example, instead of having to run Fire Punch. But he also gets all the punches, which is pretty good. Cross Chop is good, I've used that before. Earthquake, obviously good. Flamethrower, Focus Blast for special. Light Screen if I want to raise that. Heat Reflect, I don't think so, no. Still, Light Screen if I want to raise that. Low Kick, Power Up, Punch if I want to boost up. Sidekick if I need to hit something that's either Poison or Fighting type. Rock Slide. Taunt, Thunder Punch, Thunderbolt, Thunder Wave, Volt Switch, Wild Charge. Like this thing can actually do a lot, and because it gets Volt Switch, it can actually be a really good pivot. Once again, I'm just going to look. It gets Counter, which again isn't too useful because its defense isn't that great, but if I run like Barrier, for example, and catch them off guard, that could be good. Let's see. Electric Terrain could be fun to use if I can find a week to use it in that it actually works well. And let's see, anything else? Oh, he has Ion Deluge. That could be interesting. Catch somebody off guard, give him enough speed to outspeed some of their Pokemon. Hit him with an Ion Deluge. Get Motor Drive. Raise our speed by 1. That could be fun to do as well. Yeah. Iron Tail, Magnet Rise, again, once again, that could be very useful a week or two. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for him. So overall, I'm very happy with our draft. I will be making the nicknames at some point. I'm sorry that I didn't have them for now. I just didn't have time to come up with them. And yeah, so I am super excited for this, and I think that we're going to do really well. That's my personal feeling. There's a few really annoying teams, like shout out to Will with his 5 Regenerator Pokemon, which is going to be AIDS and really annoying to play against. And that was really the main one that I was looking at that I was a little bit worried about, but I think that we should be fine. Shouldn't be too bad. I think that we're going to be pretty good this season. I think that we can actually win it all. Yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys follow us and you guys watch all of our videos in this league. We're going to start putting these videos up. Let's see, I'll probably get this up maybe even tonight. I don't know. I'll get this up by the weekend. And the week starts on Sunday, so hopefully you guys watch all the videos. And hopefully you guys, if you haven't subbed yet, you sub. And I hope that you guys enjoyed that video. So, peace out, YouTube.